Hey guys, I was just looking over some DVR footage here, and I just want to go over some of the features with the MyFlyDream autopilot. I'm flying my twin Dream, the twin model that MyFlyDream sells. So I just got airborne and just got out a little bit and testing the return to home. I lowered the gains just a little bit. Last time out it was a little bit windier, and it just seemed like it was very twitchy and very, just like the gains were just a little bit too high. So I put them down one for each. So this is a live DVR recording. You'll probably hear us talking or whatnot. So yeah, I'm just testing the return to home, and you'll see in the just above the speed ladder on the right, 140. That's the altitude that it will climb to. If I'm further than 1 kilometer, I have it set to hold its altitude at whatever I'm at, and once it gets within 1 kilometer, it'll start to descend down to 140. So that is just making a left bank here over home. On the left, you can see our speed and our ground speed. On the ladder, you see 42. That's the airspeed, and the ground speed is just below it.
Would be crystal clear like that for the repeater.
As I'm just going over talking about the repeater.
I can put my hand right over it now. It's best time. But I put them all, put it channel 1.
For channel.
Yeah, put them all like up or whatever, 1, 2, 3, and 4 up to, and it was on channel 1.
So yeah, I have my repeater, my Fat Shark repeater, just the 25 milliwatt, set to channel 6, and for some reason it was giving me grief. I put on channel 1 and it was perfect. So I don't know what was up with that. So here's stabilized. Stabilized, it'll just put wings level. And if you have it fine-tuned, you can see that I'm kind of, the wind is from the west here today, and you can see I'm kind of southeast on a heading here, and it's losing just a little bit of altitude. On the bottom right, you'll see the degrees, 005, that's your pitch, and the 000 is the the bottom is the pitch, and the top is the roll. So I'm just testing out stabilize here. Now in altitude mode, I really like this mode. Just above the speed ladder, you'll see 313. That's the heading, and it's controlled by your rudder stick. So you can bank left, bank right.
Remember that over the 4752, Brent, the DVR ducks?
We're just talking, shooting shit here, but yeah, the rudder controls the heading. You'll see that change to 275.
Yeah, on 1280. The view, oh yeah. Just put on your goggles and or you're gonna.
And Brent was wondering about powering up his receiver or whatnot. He wanted to record the DVR footage or whatnot. I don't know if he did or not. But yeah, back to the altitude ALT mode. When there's a hyphen, once you release the stick for 3 seconds, it takes over and will hold its heading, which is controlled by your rudder stick. Your speed is controlled by your throttle stick. You have a min and max.
And this altitude mode?
You can hear me talking about it now, but so yeah, you have a min and max. I think I have mine set to 40 minimum and 55 max, I believe. So your full throttle stick controls that.
Let me know, Brent, when you power it.
I'm just trying to talk between when we're talking.
All you do is put on your goggles, sure, and put on channel 1. Yeah.
So yeah, you can see the above the speed ladder or the altitude ladder. You'll see 101. You can also control your altitude with your elevator stick.
Oh, okay. One point 1280, 1.3, and 5.8 repeater. Just put on your goggles and ride along, sir.
I think he was trying to set up something there to record the footage or whatnot. I'm not sure. But yeah, the altitude mode really takes the ease off flying. For me, on my Tyrannus radio, I have the left and right sliders for pan and tilt. I didn't bother with the head tracker. And you can see here I'm climbing up to 131, and she will climb up and hold that. And now you can see on the top I'm changing my heading to 023. I still can't get over how good this looks by panning around or whatnot. I have a 360 sailwind servo.
Yeah, just the way the camera records it.
And top left corner is your total time. I had it powered up. I wish My Fly Dream had a way to reset the time before you actually take off, because I haven't been flying for 35 minutes.
Yeah. I'm just in altitude mode where I'm just cruising at a certain altitude and heading.
And so yeah, top left is your time. That's total distance traveled, 7.8.
2 in the paint, 1 in the stink.
That's the sticker one of my friends gave me. So middle center is heading.
No, that's just how far away I am. 1.3, yeah. 8 kilometers total. I'll see up by the elf, top left.
Just telling Brent where it was, where some of the stuff is on the OSD. Top right is 9 satellites and RSSI. And then in bottom left we got our voltage, our amperage, and our total milliamps used.
Go up to 150 meters. What's that? 300 feet?
And middle center, that's total. That's the distance from home, 1,800, so 1.8 kilometers. So yeah, that's pretty much the rundown of how the OSD is.
Now see it in the display there, pointing down, like say to 8 o'clock. See that arrow above the 2?
And it's just showing Brent where the direction to home was. You can see the little arrow there pointing to like 7 o'clock. So I'm just doing a little.
Slow it down right above the speed ladder. See the 40? That's what it'll cruise at. But if I bump up my throttle in alt mode, I have it at 50. Right? See that go up? Kind of hard to see there because of the.
So just so you can see the 49 there just left of the speed ladder, and it's me changing the speed.
I'm gonna go up to where those horses are. Well.
And the horses are just bottom right hand corner. There's a white building just passing there.
Where's that bridge to?
And I passed the bridge as well. I wasn't sure if I was past it or not, but it's about 3.2 kilometers there. I go up to an area here, the built up area, just it's called Southlands, and there's a golf course just up to the left. It's about 4.5 to 5 kilometers up there. But this is really only the second flight I had of on this aircraft. I only flew it once last year.
Fucking fly in my ear. No, I'm up Southlands now, is it?
And there's a lot of flies around. You can hear. When you're flying, there's flies in your ears and bugging you. And it can be a pain. So you can see I'm just changing my heading here with the rudder stick. And
Come around to 180 is south, isn't it? This should be. Might have a headwind now, though.
The wind is kind of from the west, southwesterly. Because you can see it's still showing a bit of a tailwind, though. Because you can see my airspeed is at 50. and my ground speed is higher, so I think it's pretty much a crosswind here now. It's more westerly or whatnot. So that's a good way to tell if you have a headwind or not. You can see I'm changing the altitude here now.
181, that's 179, but trying to fight the wind too, I suppose.
I start to, there's the field there with the horses and the bridge.
Where that silo and stuff is. Yeah, right there on this corner right there. Yeah.
You see I start to lose, I drop my altitude here a bit now, you'll see. I just push down on the elevator.
Down to 100 meters.
And it just counts down, and you can, whenever you release it, wherever you want to level off to. So I just decided to go down to about 100 meters. So yeah, the altitude mode on the MyFly Dream is pretty awesome, I gotta say. It just just makes flying FPV so relaxing or whatnot, and just if you want to be panning your camera and stuff around, you just set it and just let it do its thing.
No.
I just slowed my speed down to about 40.
See that field over by the 222? Top left, like, sort of?
And
I think that's where we are.
Burning about 7 amps at 40, so that's a pretty good amperage to be pulling for doing 40.
At 40, and it's kind of into the wind, isn't it?
I said 5 amps, but it's about 7 to 8 that you can see there. Excuse me. I was drinking Coca-Cola.
Bottom left, I got 15 volts, pulling 8 amps, burn 2700, see it?
So like
8 amps.
Yeah, it's obviously it's pretty simple. It's laid out well. I only use the MyFly Dream autopilot now. I do have a Dragon OSD, but it's in the in storage. I haven't used it now in a couple of years, but
I'm just using the dials on the side on this one. Yeah, I like it with the Skywalker, but I didn't bother to do it with this.
I just find that using the antenna tracker, it's just so easy. No running the other OSD and splicing wires and stuff, and running through your video and stuff like that with the I forget the name of it. It's been that long since I used it now. I can't even remember the name of it.
There's a road right there. See that?
The Telefly OSD, yeah. I had a couple of them. You see, I got quite a bit of a tailwind there now. I'm just setting up for a low flyby. Brent got my camcorder out. I just wanted to get a couple external shots of some flybys and whatnot.
Really?
Beautiful evening for flying. So in this aircraft, I'm only using a 4S 8,000 milliamp battery. So usually I'll fly it to I use about 6,000 milliamps. You can see at about 5,000 used, and I've my total distance there you can see is about 23 kilometers. And with multi, if I was going on a long range flight, I wouldn't be, was using the throttle sporadically and whatnot, and changing stuff. And but if I was just going in one direction, I think I could squeeze a little bit more. I think when the flight was totally done, it was close to 30 kilometers, 28 or so, and I could probably squeeze a few more out of it. You'll see in the total distance, just left of the heading, every once in a while it'll change, and it gives you a milliamps per kilometer.
What are you flying,
Just
Brad?
waiting for it to change to 176.
Oh, yeah?
So
Whereabouts are you?
just every so often it gives you an average on your flying and whatnot.
I'll just circle the pond in behind us there.
So just down, I was up behind a pond. There's a little pond behind us, and there's quite a few ponds in the back there. One of these days, I might follow the road that goes in and meets up with the highway. It's a good little flight. I would just have to set up my antenna facing west, or I'm using a tracker, but west of where we set up or whatever, on the west hand side is a big line of trees, so I have another spot in mind to be able to, if I was going to head that direction, so I wouldn't have no obstructions for video.
You know, I traveled 54 kilometers total.
And I was looking at my time there, and I said 54 kilometers, but
No, Jesus, no. 25.
that is what I realized. I was looking at the wrong
Looking at the wrong one.
looking at the wrong indicator there. That was time. But yeah, I wish there was one little thing I would like to, because I had my plane set up and I was doing this and doing that or whatever, ready to fly, powered up, and I ran into a bit of an issue or something, and my plane was powered the whole time and take off. And I wish there was a way I could reset the time before I actually launch. So I just wanted to return to home here now. I think Brent was flying his Typhoon H.
Fuck, man. Those lights look pretty good. I'm in return to home.
So I just lay my radio down and lay my radio down and just stand up and watch his quadcopter, or his hexacopter. It's a new one that they have out. So it's pretty reliable to just lay your radio down and get up and just make sure everything is okay. Just let it circle over home or whatnot, unmanned. So anyways, guys, it's just a little rundown of the features for the MyFly Dream autopilot. I'm pleased with it, and I do take over here. That was me. As you can see, I switched to manual. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you don't mind, hit that like button and share it around. Greatly appreciated. It helps me out. And until next time, see you later.